Hey everyone, Daniel here from TwinBytes with another quick tutorial for you. This time on the top 10 useful PowerShell commands you can use to fix many different computer problems. First off, if you're not sure how to access PowerShell, it's very easy. Just right click on the start button and there's PowerShell. You may also find that you need to choose the one with admin and brackets, which gives you elevated privileges to run certain commands. Also, everything that you could do in the command prompt previously, if you know any command prompt type commands, you can run them all in PowerShell exactly the same. So the first one's real basic. It's help. Not so much a tool to fix things with, but just to let you know how you can get more help and find out more information. So this tells you a little bit where you can download more information online. So when you're doing a search for help on a certain command, you can tell it to go online, and you can even update the help feature local to your computer as well. When you're running a search for any command, for example nbtstat, and you're not sure what you want it to use, what the command is, you can add a space / and a question mark, and that gives you help on that, which leads us into our number 2 tip. Here is the nbtstat space minus capital R, and you want to be sure that you put it's case sensitive. If you have a lowercase, you can see it does something completely different where it only lists the names, and the capital R purges and reloads the cache. So this is really good to help with many different network issues that you may be having. If you're not sure of this already, just typing in CLS and hit enter clears the screen. Number 3, we've got ipconfig. If just typing in that and pressing enter, it gives you some information about your network. Now if you were to do ipconfig space / all and hit enter, it gives you quite a bit more information where you're able to see the physical address, which is your MAC address. Continuing on with the ipconfig, something else, once you know what your information is by just doing the ipconfig that we did earlier, maybe you realize that you need to get a new IP address. So ipconfig space / release will release the IP address, and once the IP is released, you'll lose network access. So then you can go in to do ipconfig space / renew and press enter, and that will give you a new IP address. Now something to know with this is that you could go straight into the ipconfig renew. You don't have to release first, but there may be issues with that, and you have to release first before renewing. So in many cases you may still get the same IP address because it's reserved for that computer. Number 5 is, continuing on with the ipconfig, is flushdns, and that flushes out the DNS cache in the system. So if you're having trouble finding network resources online by their names, it may be something with DNS, and that will flush it out and hopefully fix that issue. Number 6, kind of going hand in hand with this last command, of course another ipconfig, is to register the DNS, and that forces it to re-register the DNS information on the computer. And you can see that it gives you information on this, that it will give you an update in the event viewer within 15 minutes if there's any issues. So if this doesn't fix your issue, you could check the event viewer a bit later on. Number 7, something completely different here, is netsh for netshell int IP reset. And you can see that it runs through several options here that it resets for you, and it goes way beyond the ipconfig release renew that we did. This kind of resets the entire IP stack, and you can see the list of everything that it does. And you don't need to worry too much where you're seeing a resetting failed and access denied. This happens in every single case, but I've seen it fix many issues even when it's showing that it's got these errors. So it's fairly common to see that. For number 8, we've got netsh, specifically with a winsock reset. And this tells you that it's successfully reset the winsock catalog, but you're going to have to restart the computer in order for these changes to take effect. So the winsock is actually short for Windows sockets, and their files allow Windows programs to connect to the internet and other computers. So if you're having problems again with network shares, this could help reset that catalog and refresh it so that you can get an up-to-date list. Number 9 is my favorite in fixing Windows updates, and you may find that in order to fix the Windows updates, you have to rename or delete the software distribution folder, and you'll get an error message such as this one that the folder is in use. So if we go into PowerShell, we can do net stop wuauserv and press enter, and it says the Windows Update service is stopping, and then it stops successfully. So if we go back to this message, we can say try again, and it's now successfully renamed it. Continuing off of that, we can then say to start that same service. It's starting and then eventually successfully started, and if we go back, we can now see that it's automatically recreated that folder for us. Finally, number 10 is a good one if you're having problems with the computer overall, is sfc/scannow, and that will run a scan and repair on the entire computer system. And this can take a fair amount of time depending on the speed of your computer, how big the drive is, and how full it is. But it will run through, and it may tell you some details at the end and asking you to restart the computer. This is a really good utility to run other than a scan disk, which is built into the Windows. You may find that this fixes a lot of issues for you. Anyway, that's it for this quick tutorial. I hope you guys did find it helpful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.